Hi, everyone. Happy May. We are moving into my favorite part of the year every year at Cherryland, and that is the period of time when we hold our annual elections and our annual meeting, which is our chance to get together with all of you and celebrate everything that's happened at the co-op over the last year. So I just wanted to take a really quick minute and kind of go through both of those pieces with you and make sure you know kind of where and how to vote and also what's going on with the annual meeting this year. So let's start with the election. Just a quick reminder, every Cherryland member has a voice in how we run the co-op. And that voice is primarily through the board members that you elect to represent you on the Cherryland Electric Cooperative Board of Directors. This year, we have 3 seats up for election. We have a Benzie Manistee Wexford seat. That means that the candidates who run for that seat must live in one of those counties. And then we also have 2 at-large seats, and those candidates can live in any county that we serve in. We have 1 person running for that Benzie Manistee Wexford seat. We have 4 people running for the 2 at-large seats, 2 incumbents, 2 non-incumbents. So as you get ready to cast your vote, here are the things that you need to know. First, you can find out everything you need to know about the candidates themselves by going to the Cherryland website. You will see a link to elections, and when you go to that link, you will see their bios. That's information they provide to us. We don't edit it. It's verbatim, a chance for you to hear from them. You'll see their headshots, and you'll also see their disclosure of any campaign financing that they've received from anyone other than themselves. So you can find all that on the Cherryland website. The other place you can get most of that information is in the Michigan Country Lines magazine, which will mail to you on kind of the beginning of May. It mails out May 1st. You should have it within the first week of May. Again, you're going to see their bios, headshots, all that kind of information. Once you've looked and decided who you want to vote for, here's how you vote. You have 3 options. The first option is you can vote online. And the online voting portion is handled by an outside vendor, SBS. We did a podcast with them. You're welcome to listen to that if you want to know more about that outside vendor. But the online voting portion opens May 1st. You'll receive an email from them on May 1st if we have an email on file for you, giving you a link where you can go to vote. But if you don't get that email, don't worry, because you can also log into SmartHub on our website. When you're inside SmartHub, you'll see a Vote Now option. Click on that. It's going to pop you over to their website where, again, you'll be able to vote. When you get to their website, you will also be able to see candidate bios there. So that's another place that you can see those bios. Same information in all those forums, just making sure you have it no matter where you're at. The other option you have for voting, starting at the beginning of May, is a paper ballot. So we will mail you your Michigan Country Lines magazine. You'll have the annual report in the magazine, but wrapped around the magazine, you will have a cover wrap that includes your ballot. Just grab that, fill it out, drop it in the mail. It also goes to SBS, and then they handle online and paper ballot counting in between May 1st and June 11th. That portion of the election closes June 11th at noon, and then they go ahead and tally all those votes and kind of figure out who voted for who, right? And then they will submit that information to our Election and Credentials Committee, which is a group of volunteer Cherryland members who oversee the election on your behalf. The Election and Credentials Committee will take the votes that were cast online and via paper up to June 11th. They will go to the annual meeting. You will also be able to vote in person in the annual meeting if you haven't voted yet. So you can come see us at Incredible Mo's on June 12th at 4 p.m. Voting will be open from 4 to 5:30. All the votes that are cast in person there will get added in to the votes that were cast in advance. The Election and Credentials Committee will then certify the election, and we will announce the results that night. Speaking of the annual meeting, we really hope to see you there. It's always a super fun event. Just a reminder, everything is free to you. We do a complete buyout of Incredible Mo's. You can have food, pizza, whatever great things that their staff is going to cook and prepare for us. You'll have access to bowling, access to laser tag. Outside, we're going to have all the fun stuff we normally have. Face painting, hang out with linemen, hang out with bucket trucks, tons of fun stuff. So it's always a really, really, really good event. You also do happen to get to hear a little speech from me if you're into that. But either way, please, please, please make time to come to the annual meeting this year. We have a special theme this year. For those of you who are long-term co-op members, you might be familiar with our friend Willie Wiredhand. He's kind of our mascot. He turns 75 this year. That's right, Willie's been around for 75 years. So we're doing a whole birthday bash kind of a theme for the annual meeting. So we'd really love to see you there. That information also available on our website. But just a reminder, we will be there at 4 o'clock on June 12th, which is a Thursday. The last thing I wanted to really quickly remind you of is I kind of talked to you about how we give you information about board candidates. But the other thing you might just want to be prepared for is board candidates might reach out to you directly as well. And we do get a lot of questions about, would you share my information with these candidates? And the answer to that is we don't. The way that we handle that is a board candidate will talk to the co-op and say, hey, I'd love to do a mailer to This Is It Code, for example. We have a mailing vendor that we work with that has signed a data privacy agreement with us We will transmit the addresses for that mailer to that vendor. They will then prepare and mail the mailer on behalf of the candidate, and then they immediately destroy that list. They're not allowed to use it for anything else. So sometimes I just always want to make sure people know we don't share your information, but we do have that kind of agreement in place with that vendor. So anyway, you'll have hopefully lots of information from candidates as you make your decision. And the last thing I'll just remind you is that the only way the co-op works is if you are involved and engaged. And that involvement and engagement can look like a lot of different things, but certainly this is the time of year where I think it's most important that our members are paying attention, that you're thinking about what you want for the future of the co-op, and whether that is change or continuing on the path we're on. Please, please, please weigh in and take the time to cast a vote. And also, please come to the annual meeting because we're going to have a lot of updates this year about where we're headed next. And I would love to hear from you and get the chance to interact with you. So I hope to see you at the annual meeting. Please take time to vote. Reach out to us if you have any questions at all.